What is the value of an infinite scroll, by Krishna's mercy?
Quote, before Vyasadeva's writing, the Vedic literature was simply heard, and the disciples would learn the mantras quickly by hearing and not by reading. Later on, Vyasadeva thought it wise to write down the Vedas, because in this age people are short-memoried and unable to remember all the instructions given by the spiritual master. Therefore, he left all the Vedic knowledge in book form, such as the Puranas, Vedanta, Mahabharata and Shrimad-Bhagavatam. The Nectar of Devotion, Chapter 5.
Don't you think some of the tools traditionally used for improvement and advancement within the Vaishnava tradition are a little outdated? Not that man has surpassed the need to worship God. I am not saying that. The need is always there, as Dharma is Sanatana. This means that Dharma has no beginning and no end. I guess what I am saying that is maybe the time has come where another invention or change is necessary. We know that in the beginning the Veda was one. As Parampara teaches us, people in the age of Satya used to keep everything with memory. I like to compare it with the difference between RAM and hard drives in the world of computers. RAM is much faster, by a significant factor. It is memory that is accessed randomly. The information does not have to be hardened to disk. If you have an application that is held entirely in RAM, it will run much faster than if it constantly needs to access physical hard drives. As progression through the ages followed, there was regression in this memory ability. Vyasadeva, the literary incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was kind enough to both expand the original Veda into 4 and also start having things written down. Hence today we have access to the many Puranas and also the Mahabharata, which is informally known as the 5th Veda. This innovation fulfilled a particular need. It was an extension of the mercy of the Supreme Lord, who is always there to help his amshis in the material world. Fast forward to today and you have this concept of infinite scrolling. You don't need content written down on paper anymore. You can host all the information on a server, in digital format. There is so much content that you seem to never reach the end. For as much as you want to scroll down on a website, there is a continuous flow of new information. This is one way to understand the concept of Ananta. With this in mind, no pun intended, what need is there to memorize everything? Why do we need to access a spiritual master, for instance? It is not like we have to travel to remote caves to find people who will reveal the secret to life. I can access that information instantly. I can keep it close by throughout the day. Technology provides endless entertainment. Why do I need to keep anything in memory, then?
The issue is that the seemingly endless content available can have a negative impact on the consciousness. There is information that is not Vedic literature, for instance. Based on sheer volume, the Asat information outpaces the Sat side. A person can keep watching internet videos, from morning until night. They can put the music player app on repeat and shuffle, which means that there will always be music playing. I can binge watch every television show ever produced. I will not have enough time to consume everything, but I think that is a good thing. Since I will always be occupied, I will never have to think. But what value is there? How am I being helped? Am I really happy? Is the advancement of easier access really benefiting me? Should it not matter the type of content I consume? There is tremendous potency from holding even a small amount of vital information within memory. A single verse or two can spawn endless auspiciousness, through contemplation, explanation, and deliberation. We can think of it like the seed found within a fruit. We cut open the fruit to enjoy it. Inside might be a large seed, which we call a pit. That pit holds the potential for future growth and development. When planted in the ground, with appropriate care and attention from nature, it knows exactly what to extract in order to eventually develop into a large tree. That tree produces the very same fruit, keeping the succession moving forward. The Paramahamsa transcendentalist is like the seed. They extract whatever is necessary from the world around them to continue in their service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They take the spiritual essence from the world, even when there is degradation or contamination. On the surface there appears to be a heterogeneous mixture, but the Paramahamsa can see the spotless Brahman within. The ability to contemplate in this way, to expand a single thought into an ever-expanding source of the same transcendental knowledge, is like having an infinite scroll within the mind. This tree of knowledge then feeds others, who have the potential to rise to the same heights in ability. The infinite scroll in intelligence guided by the Supreme Consciousness is ever blissful, and it can continue through life after life. In closing, infinite scrolling with this in mind, that always new content to find, in digital format to store. What need then Shastra for? Perhaps in past benefit granted, but now it seems supplanted. Truth that from single shloka in memory keeping, a lifetime of bliss and enthusiasm reaping.